How do you like your Mr. Freeze? Cold, calculated, and intelligent, but with a warm heart for that special someone?
Then perhaps you'd like to share his fate.
Arnold Schwarzeneggar?
All right, everyone, chill.
Or a jewel thief, dressed in all black, no socks. It's a scorching hot day in Gotham. Batman is dressed in all black. I mean, he must be dying inside that suit. Let's be real here. Dressed in all black when it's hot as fuck. When suddenly a boat crashes into a gigantic iceberg a la Titanic. But instead of Rose leaving DiCaprio to freeze to death, it's Mr. Freeze who leaves the boat guests out on the cold. This version of Mr. Freeze that is depicted in the Batman doesn't carry a freeze gun around, but emanates ice from his hands like Iceman from X-Men. My man's is looking for the ice. And I'm not talking about ice, I'm talking about ice. The kind Gucci Mane carries around. My man's is icy. And this Batman villain loves his play on words. I mean, the whole episode is full of phrases like, the trail went cold, have an ice day, here to bring on the thaw. I mean, come on, Playboy. This episode, titled The Big Chill, is written by Greig WEisman, who is one of the creative minds behind Gargoyles, Young Justice, and Rebels, which is a huge reason why The Big Chill was so entertaining to watch. WEisman knows how to tell a story and keep the audience entertained, and I'm all for it. This is a writer who studied Shakespeare and some of the great classics. Anyways, Mr. Freeze, who's played by the talented and dynamic Tom Clancy, meets Batman while he's stealing jewelry, and they have an epic battle. Mr. Freeze's icy powers prove themselves to be a challenge for Batman, when our boy the Batman starts having hypothermia symptoms. Suddenly the Batman isn't scorching hot under his suit, but freezing to death. At some point, Batman gets the upper hand and discovers the identity of the icy villain, Victor Freeze. Batman recognizes Freeze as a criminal he once tried to take down. And that's when WEisman treats the audience to a flashback where we realize this Mr. Freeze was a common jewel thief, instead of an evil scientist trying to bring back his wife to life. After a battle that leaves Bruce hypothermic and close to freezing to death, Bruce Wayne realizes he might be doing more harm than good. Instead of helping the law, he's breaking it. And this is an idea that's been hinted at since the first episode of the Batman. This idea that Batman is creating the freaks instead of making Gotham safer is something that was introduced in previous episodes. But when Wayne comes to his senses and after a few words of encouragement from Alfred, the Batman re-emerges in a white suit which helps him battle Freeze and not be affected by his icy weapons. But more than being just an anti-freeze suit, Batman re-emerging white is symbolic. He's resurrected like Gandalf the White. He's realized that it wasn't his fault that Mr. Freeze became the icy villain. In Batman's own words, Freeze put himself on ice, and Batman's back to bring on the thaw. And an epic battle ensues that would have had 7-year-old me cheering like a madman. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing. I'll be posting more videos like this one. My name is Mr. Freeze, and...
Cool party.
Pull up in that mask where you just want some fanfare. These days humble come rare. Flashy looks people stare. You're so lost like tears in rain. Run your mouth, you're still in chains. Useless, you should be ashamed. Crying like a kid in pain. Real power lies in shadows. You fake